A lot of people in Korea are accepting Islam, and today we are going to find out why.
As the fastest growing religion in the world, countries from different corners of the world have become familiar with Islam. South Korea is no different in this regard. Although the major religious groups in South Korea are Christians and Buddhists, and in the 2005 census, the country's census did not even offer Muslim as a category.
Wow!
In recent times, there has been a surge in the expansion of the Muslim community in the country. Today, according to the Korea Muslim Federation, KMF, there are nearly 200,000 Muslims living in South Korea, a figure more than twice as much as it was a decade ago.
That's good.
So how is that a religion which was almost non-existent before the turn of the century has gained and continues to gain followers at such a rapid rate?
Because of the internet?
In this video, we will be taking a dig into exactly that. To begin with, Islam traces its roots in South Korea from as far back as the 9th century during the unified Silla period. With the Arabs and Persians arriving in the country in the 20th century, events like the Japanese annexation in the Korean peninsula and the Turkish assistance for South Korea in the Korean War.
Ah, yeah, I think I heard something about Turkey helping South Korea in the past. And if I'm not mistaken, there was also a lot of trading happening, right? The same happened with like Indonesia, Malaysia, and other Asian countries, right? Where like a lot of merchants that were Muslim came to those countries and they were doing trade, right? And by doing trade, they also introduced Islam. They were like doing dawah can you say like public? Not really, right? More like in secret, right? Like they were trading and then they would sometimes mention their faith and stuff, or they would get questions asked about their beliefs. And they would like have conversations with the people of that country and do dawah with them, and then they would like accept Islam. Like this is also how it happened with Indonesia, right? Like with trade and stuff. And here we even have like assistance for war, right? By a country where there are like a lot of Muslims. So yeah, maybe they gifted the Quran or like maybe something like that. They talked about it and it started to spread a bit. But yeah, guys, this is not surprising actually that Islam is the fastest growing religion, because this is also one of the signs of the last day, right? So yeah.
Yeah, in the Korean War
To be
brought about the resurgence of Islam as the Korean people, particularly their soldiers, got exposed to Islam. Fast forward to the current times, Muslims in South Korea comprise around 0.4% of the entire population and can be classified into two groups.
That's actually
the
small.
traditional community and the immigrant community. The traditional Muslim community consists of those Korean Muslims who were born and raised in South Korea.
Wow,
These
mashallah.
native Muslims are pretty active in propagation of Islam in their society, as well as contributing to the social network of support for the new Muslim immigrants. On the other hand, the immigrant community, which is 2/3 of the South Korean Muslim community, comprises foreign-born Muslim migrants belonging mainly to the following regions: Middle East, Central Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. The strengthening social support system of South Korea to preserve the religious lives of these migrants helped them to adjust to the Korean culture. Talking about the Muslim immigrants in South Korea, there are mainly two phenomena that paved the path of foreign-born Muslims into South Korea: international marriages and foreign Muslim students studying in Korea.
Oh, yeah, this is also happening a lot in Germany, I've heard, where like Muslim men, for example, is mostly the men, they're marrying with non-Muslim spouses, but they're actually teaching their kids to be Muslim and stuff, right? So if you do like the math and you go down 2-3 generations, you are like have a lot of Muslims that are partially native also, and maybe they are 2/3 native, 1/3 not native, right? Because what is if they have like a mixed child, right? There's like 50-50, and that one marries with another German or German revert or something. Then at some point you cannot tell, oh, is this a German or non-German? Because if someone is 2/3 something, right? Like you look at them and by look you can't even tell anymore. If someone's like 50-50, yeah, you can tell. But if someone is like 3/4, sorry, not, sorry, I said 2/3, my mistake. I mean 3/4, right? Like 75%. If one person is 75% native, like sometimes you can tell by look, is this person a foreigner or not? Like they're totally blending in look-wise into a culture. Like I know some people that are a quarter Italian, a quarter Turkish or something. And if I look at them, I can't even tell what they are. I think they are just German or something. So yeah.
And foreign Muslim students studying in Korea. Shedding some light on the first one, that is the international marriages. According to the Korean Immigration Service report in 2012, of the 140,000 migrants from international marriages in that particular year, 4,685 were Muslims. An interesting thing to note in the intermarriage phenomenon
The spouse
is that
accepts
this
Islam.
immigration is directly affected by the access to the country's nationality, as foreigners can acquire Korean nationality by staying married to a Korean for more than 2 years.
Such a short
As the
time?
foreign Muslim students since 2000.
No way. Is it like that? So if you marry someone in Korea, like Korean person, it's just 2 years? So if you reach 2 years, you can apply for citizenship. If I'm not mistaken, Germany has more than 5 years. I'm not sure how much it is now, but I heard something like you need like 5+ years or something. That is actually a short amount of time. Wow.
Married to a Korean for more than 2 years. As the foreign Muslim students, since 2008, the South Korean government has actively put efforts into attracting foreign students through appealing scholarship offers. According to the Korean
have low
Ministry of
birth rate
Justice
there?
in 2012, there were roughly 5,000 foreign Muslim students who got enrolled in Korean educational institutions.
Wow.
The number of foreign Muslim students has grown quite a lot ever since,
It will
partly
grow
due
more.
to the efforts of institutions such as Korea Advent Institute of Science and Technology and Hanyang University, which have established halal restaurants and prayer rooms for Muslim students.
Wow, I envy Korea for this. We don't get such in Germany. I'm proud actually of Germany because during Ramadan, have you guys heard the news actually in Germany? For the first time in Germany, there are lights hanging in Frankfurt saying Happy Ramadan to Muslims. The same is going on in the UK, but back in the day, they even actually wanted to ban here halal food in Germany. They said, oh, the way you slaughter halal, this is not in line with animal rights or something, even though that's actually not cruel. Like, if you look at like other ways of how meat is being made, it's actually far worse than the halal method with like a sharp blade to the neck. Like seriously, like this is harmless. But yeah, they were like trying to actually do some anti-Islam stance there and trying to like make Muslims feel maybe not so welcome. Like it was some sort of movement, I guess. But they actually failed, and now we can, alhamdulillah, buy halal food at some supermarkets. I have like not so far from my home a Turkish supermarket. I usually buy meat there because it's halal, right? But yeah, now we have no problem finding halal, so it's okay.
Muslim students. Moreover, in Kukming University, there's even a separate student council for students belonging to Saudi Arabia. After the completion of their degrees, many of these foreign Muslims choose to pursue their professional career in South Korea.
Yeah, why not?
As a result, they interact with Korean workers, thereby acquainting them with Islamic culture. With the continual growth in the Muslim immigrant in South Korea, the gap between traditional Muslim community and the immigrant Muslim community has reduced dramatically, and some sort of social network has formed within the South Korean Muslim community. Mosques, whose number has risen to 20
mosques
have been
there.
integral to the creation of this religious network and preaching of
So
Islam
few.
in South Korea. Thanks to the efforts of the South Korean Muslim community, Korean people have slowly started to accept foreign-born Muslims as their friends.
Wait a second. I mean, that's good, right? Like doing Dhamma and stuff. But Korea has only 20 mosques. I mean, they have like less than 1% of Muslim population, right? Now it's coming to 1%. Now it starts growing because of like the marriages, right? Because of the foreign students that actually decide to stay in Korea. Like they actually advertising, hey, stay in South Korea, work here, okay, alhamdulillah. But 20 mosques. But you know what I'm like predicting? Give it another 10 years and you have over 30 mosques maybe. Yeah, I believe in 10 years there will be, like each year there will be one more mosque or something like that, right? So 10 years, maybe 30 mosques, inshallah. Let's see.
Muslims as their friends,
It's growing
co-workers,
nicely,
and
right?
neighbors. They have begun to understand Islam beyond its negative image portrayed in the media,
Yeah.
and some of them
It no
have
longer
become
works.
involved in learning about and converting to Islam. Speaking of South Korean Muslim converts, one such convert, Mr. Yu, opened South Korea's first halal-certified Korean restaurant back in 2014 to tend to the appetite of Muslim students, workers, and tourists who wanted halal Korean food. He did face backlash while undertaking that daring step due to the misinterpreted image that Islam had and still has in many parts of South Korea, but everything worked out and today the restaurant continues to attract Muslims in South Korea. On top of that, now there are more than 10 KMF halal approved restaurants in South Korea.
I wish we had such
it's fair
here.
to say that Brother Yu's efforts to better accommodating Muslims in South
You know, it's like so sad for me personally. In Germany, it's very hard to find. Like, I love Chinese food, I love Korean food, I love Japanese food. Like the cuisine, like the food from Asia is so delicious, but there's one problem. I always must ask vegetarian dishes or those made with fish or shrimps or something. And each time I'm in a Chinese restaurant, I get like the information of what I can order, right? And I'm like holding it and I'm looking at, oh, there's like a lot of delicious stuff here. Can I order this? Oh no, this has pork, this has chicken, but it's not halal, right? And I'm like, where is halal? And we have not a single Chinese or Asian restaurant here that I can find in my area that offers halal food. So I always have to eat vegetarian dishes or those with fish. But I would love to actually eat traditional Korean food or Chinese food, but halal, but I can't find it yet here. But maybe, inshallah, there will be a Chinese restaurant owner reverting to Islam and he will change that. Yeah, that would be so beautiful. But I actually think this guy is like this is good what Brother You did. Because what matters at the end of the day is not for like, I'm talking about from like atheist perspective, okay? So let's say I was in the footsteps of an atheist. What I care about is the food delicious or not? Like, people only care about taste, okay? So if it tastes good, there it says halal, alhamdulillah, we Muslims can eat there, right? But for the Christians or atheists, there's no harm if they eat halal food, because there's nothing wrong with eating halal as a non-Muslim. But as a Muslim, there's something wrong with eating something that is not halal. You get what I'm saying, right? So the food just needs to be good. It doesn't matter for the non-believers if it's halal or not, because it doesn't change their experience. But it changes the experience for us Muslims because we don't have to feel guilt and we have more choices.
Brother Yu's efforts to better accommodating Muslims in South Korea have bear fruit. In addition to this, in the recent few years, many young South Korean Muslim converts have surfaced on social media and they have been sharing their respective journeys to Islam and trying to spread awareness in general about this beautiful religion. Two of the most prominent amongst them are Ayana Moon and Daud Kim.
I know Daud Kim.
Although Islam still constitutes less than 1% of South Korea's population, with as many as 3,000 South Koreans convert to Islam every year, increased Muslim immigration as well as growing acceptance of Islamic culture in the South Korean atmosphere, it seems that within a decade or two from now, Islam will become one of the most followed religions in South Korea.
Inshallah. I mean, yo, that's beautiful. Like, we checked out also like how fast Islam is growing in Japan. You can also find it on this channel. It's like very, very incredible to actually see such. And I'm very, very happy for the growth of Islam. But it was like shocking still. Like how there are still some individuals that are actually scared of Islam. Like, I mean, literally scared from the media, right? Like they see something in the news and then they are like, oh no, Islam, this is a dangerous religion. But it's not. If you actually read and study Islam as a non-Muslim, you soon learn that everything they say there is wrong. It's not actually true. We are very peaceful and friendly people. Like, it's actually forbidden to harm like other people for no reason. You know, like you have to be very, very careful, because in our teachings we believe that our life is like more sacred than even the Kaaba, right? And the Kaaba is a holy site, right? And saving one single life is like saving the whole of mankind, you know? We like learn this in Islam. We are peaceful, okay? So yeah, if you're a non-Muslim and you're watching this video and you're curious about Islam, Like, I highly suggest you read the Quran. You don't need to have the intention to revert and become Muslim, but just to learn more about Muslims. And if you have like Muslim friends or co-workers or students in your school, like, it will help you a lot to get along with them well if you learn about Islam. You don't need to accept it. It is your choice. Nobody's forcing you. There's like no compulsion, no force in religion, right? We also believe that in Islam. We don't bring Islam by the sword like some people claim. No, it has to be accepted voluntarily. This is a rule for the Shahada in Islam, right? For accepting the faith. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time.